Hi, this is Ba4. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Sergey Karjakin and Magnus Carlsen. This is the game from World Chess Championship match that was played in New York in 2016. Sergey Karjakin had white pieces and he started with e4. Magnus Carlsen played e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5, a6, bishop to a4, knight to f6. Karjakin castled kingside, bishop to e7, rook to e1, b5, bishop to b3, and Carlsen castled kingside too. h3, playing exactly like in game 4, avoiding martial gambit. If c3, then black can play d5, martial gambit. h3, bishop to b7, d3, black to move. In game 4, Carlsen played d6. Then in game 4 I mentioned that black can play d5, and this is exactly what happened in this game. d5. This is considered not to be as effective as martial gambit, because white did not play c3, so he can play knight to c3. E takes on d5, knight takes on d5, knight takes on e5, knight to d4. Sometimes black takes the knight on e5, and after rook takes on e5, queen to d6. Carlsen played knight to d4, knight to c3, and now knight to b4, and black knight is extremely well placed on b4. If something like a3, then knight takes on b3, c takes on b3, and then f6, a takes on b4, f takes on e5, and black is okay. Even after rook takes on e5, then queen to d4. And white is advised not to capture the bishop, but to play rook to e3. If rook takes bishop, then black wins the game. Queen takes on f2 check, king to h1, queen takes on g2 checkmate. In the game, Sergey Karjakin played bishop to f4. Knight takes on b3, a takes on b3, c5, knight to e4, f6, forcing the knight to go back, knight to f3. Note how the pawn on f6 controls e5 and g5 square. Who would guess Carlsen's next move? F, attacking the knight. Knight from e to g5 is asking to be played. Well, it is possible to play knight to d2, but this looks very shy, doesn't it? So we have knight from e to g5, bishop takes knight, knight takes bishop, threatening knight to e6, forking the queen and the rook. And how to prevent knight to e6? Carlsen played h6, daring the knight to go to e6. Knight to e6. If knight to f3, then bishop takes on f3. And how to recapture with the pawn? Then the pawn structure on white king is damaged. And if queen takes, then it's even worse. Knight takes on c2. Knight to e6. But Carlsen was ready to meet this move. Queen to d5, threatening checkmate. f3. Rook from f to e8, attacking the knight. It looks like that Carlsen is daring the knight to go to c7. But this may not be the best move. Knight goes to c7, then queen to d4 check, forking the king and the bishop. Bishop to e3, then rook takes bishop. So perhaps then king goes to h1, rook takes rook, queen takes rook, queen takes on f4. And black is doing well. Karjakin found the best move. And that is, what would you do? Karjakin played rook to e5, attacking the queen. Queen to d6, not afraid of the bishop on f4. c3, rook takes knight. Rook takes rook, queen takes rook. C takes on b4, c takes on b4, and the material is equal. Rook to c1, rook to c8, and rooks were exchanged. Queen to e1, queen to d7, king to h2, a5, queen to e3, bishop to d5 attacking the pawn on b3. Queen to b6 attacking the pawn on a5. Bishop takes pawn on b3, queen takes pawn on a5. Queen takes pawn on d3, takes pawn on b4. Bishop to e6, and at move 32. Draw was agreed. Both players handled very complex position extremely well. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess and bye for now.